to 5,400 between January and June of 2021 and the corresponding months of 2022. Following the COVID pandemic, Ugandans now make up the majority of tourists in comparison to foreigners.
Last year in 2021, between January and June, there were around 3,600 visitors to work. But this same year, during the same period, 2022, we've gone to around 54,000.
To help identify wildlife poachers, Uganda Wildlife Education Center also plans to establish a biobank with a DNA forensic laboratory.
We also intend to put in place a biobank with a proposed DNA forensic laboratory to aid in prosecution of wildlife crime traffickers.
Nabano Lilian, Smart 24 TV.
That was Uganda Wildlife Education Center celebrating their 70th anniversary, and of course the main aspect of discussion was promoting the tourism. According to a report here, a crucial driver of Uganda's economy and the significant source of foreign cash, tourism was the center of discussion at the 70th anniversary festivities of the Uganda Wildlife Education Center. It has 6% GDP contribution, that's to the national economy, and of course the Uganda Wildlife Education Center employs about 200,000 Ugandans. Of course, you can see it's quite a remarkable number, contributing an 8% share to the country's tourism industry and a sizable portion that's of the employment sector that has helped the economy of the nation to grow. So that's very interesting. So that's what transpired right there as they were celebrating their 70th anniversary, discussing on how best the tourism industry can be boosted. Remember, this is one of Uganda's leading forex earners, earning foreign forex exchange to the country. Despite the fact that it was let down by the COVID-19 pandemic, it was bringing in about $500 million US. So you can see with such initiatives, further discussions are being implemented to ensure that it's perfected to raise much more than that. Actually, the anticipations is that if it can raise about $1 billion US. Okay, as we wind up the recap, let's wind up with the custodians and depositories value chain. And according to the report, financial institutions have raised the red flag of deteriorating performance of custodians and depositories in the financial service industry. The custodians are responsible for safekeeping, that's their clients' assets, and the processing of transactions whose roles are lagging behind. However, the experts have created awareness as part of the solution. Let's have the details.
Because when you invest, certainly expect interest or coupon. So the custodian gives you that machinery to ensure that, one, you're able to pick the investment of your choice, two, confirm that those investments exist, and three, collect your entitlements for those investments.
According to experts, even though custodians and depositories perform key functions as part of the investment management value chain, reality shows that many custodians and depositories are trailing behind other players in the financial service industry when it comes to technological innovations. Stakeholders have so far tabled strategies like capacity building and creating awareness to narrow the missing link.
Is to create that to do a bit of capacity building, industry awareness and the likes, and seminars and forums like this that will create the awareness. For us, the reason for doing this today is basically about that awareness to say this parts of opportunity or business also exists, and those are some of the areas by which we sort of like take the lead, to drive some of those initiatives.
Functions are separated and independent custodians are required for services, either in pension funds, if you're investing in a pension fund through your provident fund, or if you're investing in a CIS. So the mere fact that there's separation and you cannot have under those frameworks a fund manager who is also offering custodial services is a big one in terms of investor protection. Most times people imagine that asset managers have the money with them in their offices. Okay, that's what they imagine, that the money is with you in the office, but the real person is the custodian. And so the framework provides for that sort of protection.
Other depositories' functions are cash flow monitoring and ensuring fund description. Redemptions, distribution and valuations are carried out in accordance with the rules of the fund and national law.
But if you think about it, in many markets, they are a significant contributor to the foreign exchange flows into the country, and hence why the custodial services becomes very important. It also helps to create linkages. You saw there were some of our colleagues from Standard Bank Group, so we have some of those relationships that we do have at a group level, and they partner with us when they come into various countries like Uganda and other African markets to, provide that custodial service. So that's one of the key areas in terms of also helping to bolster, the capital market, which is another area that they do invest in. So we're looking for the liquidity that will be pumped into the capital market. If you restrict it to just, local players, you may not get the kind of uptick that you're looking for in the capital market.
Business, it is more advanced, and then the regulation is not yet there, and that's the journey we have to take. So we seriously think we're going to rely on your expertise. It's not new, we've done it in the past, so we can do the same thing, and it's not unique to Uganda. I think even the advanced economies in this country, the regulators are not the most advanced. The players are actually more advanced. I think they try to look for ways to beat the regulator, but that's part of the game.
To understand the key challenges faced by depositories and custodians and what opportunities can be leveraged for the future, we need to revisit the common definitions associated with custodians and depositories to set the scene for the upcoming walkthrough.
And that's the report regarding with the custodians and depositories value chain. Quite very remarkable. A remarkable insight right there. And that's it for the news recap this morning. Let's get into a short commercial break, and we'll be returning with the international news, the press review, and of course wind up the hour with the business quotes and tips. Stick around. Good morning.
Smart 24, driving business.